Hi everyone. So we'll be doing the decision making questions today, which are of 2024. Just try to understand what has been my strategy while solving these, right? और उसके बाद में you'll be able to understand, some nitty gritties how you are supposed to solve these questions in your XAT exam, right? Great. So here's my screen then. Great. All right. I'll start with the first question, and I hope the screen is pretty much visible. Mr. Singh lived in a sprawling housing society. He employed two part-time domestic helps, Vimla and Sharda. Correct? दो part-time domestic helps है Vimla Sharda. Mr. Singh has appointed them. Vimla was responsible for cleaning and dusting while Sharda for cooking. So Sharda cooks, Vimla cleans and dusts. Once Sharda fell ill, that means the cook, and consequently took leave for 3 days. When Sharda returned to work, she learned that Mr. Singh's gold ring, a gift from his mother, was missing. Correct? So basically, the cook was on leave. She came back. She was like, okay, she heard Mr. Singh की gold ring चोरी हो गई है. Suspecting theft, Mr. Singh had terminated Vimla. Mr. Singh asked Sharda to take additional responsibility of cleaning the house. Mr. Singh ने terminate कर दिया हुआ था Vimla को, who used to clean and dust, and Mr. Singh asked Sharda to take additional responsibility, along with an offer to double her salary. Sharda accepted the offer as her previous two jobs were lost due to frequent health related absences. Okay. She was struggling to make ends meet. This offer would go a long way to help her. So Sharda was like, okay, I will be able to do that. And under she knows that, it's good that her salary is doubled because she has been facing a lot of issues with the job because of her health related issues. Next day, while cleaning under the dressing table, Sharda found the gold ring. तो उसको gold ring मिल गई. Overjoyed, Mr. Singh expressed his gratitude by presenting Sharda a reward of 1,000 rupees. ये लो तुम्हारा 1,000 रुपए का इनाम because तुमने gold ring निकाली है. However, he had no mention of reinstating Vimla. विमला को वापस नहीं रखना. सो ओवरऑल इफ यू सी द सिनेरियो, हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि विमला की मिस्टेक नहीं थी, बट मिस्टर सिंह ने उसको निकाल दिया एक तरीके से, ये सोच के कि उसी ने चोरी की है. बट शारदा वॉज एबल टू फाइंड आउट दैट ड्रिंक. ओके, बट मिस्टर सिंह डिड नॉट मेंशन अबाउट एनीथिंग दैट वी नीड टू reinstate विमला और नॉट. Great. I think understood, easily understandable passage. Right. Sharda was contemplating whether she should inform Vimla that she found Mr. Singh's ring. एक होता है ना कि हाँ ठीक है, अगर मुझे पता लगा तो मैं एक बार बता देती हूँ कि तेरी गलती नहीं थी, रिंग मिल चुकी है विमला. Which of the following consideration will best dissuade Sharda in sharing the information about the ring with Vimla? ओके, इनमें से कौन सी ऑप्शन ऐसी है जो शारदा को विमला को बताने के लिए प्रोत्साहित नहीं करेगी? इट विल नॉट एनकरेज शारदा टू टेल दिस टू विमला. ओके, समथिंग जो फ्राइटन कर दे शारदा को, या कुछ ऐसा हो जाए कि यार मैं नहीं बताऊंगी विमला को. Mr. Singh will probably terminate Sharda if he gets to know that she has revealed this information. देखो, इट्स अ गुड ऑप्शन जो मेरे को समझ में आएगा. अच्छा, अगर मिस्टर सिंह ने शारदा को टर्मिनेट कर दिया, ठीक है, तो शारदा विल बी लाइक नहीं, मैं नहीं बताऊंगी विमला को, एंड दैट इज एक्चुअली अ गुड एग्जाम्पल टू हैव. We'll stick to this example. We'll read other examples. And why this is a good example? Because Sharda is facing some sort of financial crunch. She's losing out on jobs because of her health issues. This job is something where she's getting double salary. Okay, and she only has sort of this job only because उसकी बाकी jobs जो है वो affect हो गई है. और उसके basically she's struggling with her financial things. सो अगर मेरे को, अगर एक इंसान के पास एक ही जॉब है जहां से उसको अच्छा सैलरी आ रहा है और फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस चल रहा है और उसको बोल दिया जाए कि टर्मिनेट हो जाओगी, ऑब्वियसली इंसान डर जाएगा एंड नहीं बताएगा. सो दैट्स अ गुड थिंग. Okay, which will dissuade Sharda from sharing the information about the ring with Vimla. Okay, had Vimla done her job properly, she would have found the ring and avoided this incident. Well, that's there. So basically, but then the problem is that how this will stop Sharda from sharing the information with Vimla. Well, शारदा नोज कि विमला ने अपनी जॉब प्रॉपरली नहीं करी, उसको रिंग मिल जाती, दैट्स फाइन. बट आई थिंक इसमें उसको कुछ ऐसा डिसएडवांटेज नहीं दिख रहा है जो फर्स्ट में दिख रहा है. फर्स्ट इज लाइक अ थ्रेटन सॉर्ट ऑफ अ थिंग, अ टर्मिनेशन सॉर्ट ऑफ अ थिंग, है ना, जो उसको बहुत तरीके से अफेक्ट करेगी. सो सेकंड इज ओके बट नॉट एज स्ट्रॉन्ग एज वन. ओके, to dissuade her. So second will be out, है ना, when compared to first. Vimla already knows she has not stolen anything, so telling her will not give her any new information. It's कमिंग टू मी. आई एम थिंकिंग कि अच्छा मैं अगर विमला को बताऊंगा तो विमला को तो ऑलरेडी पता है कि उसने कुछ नहीं चुराया, तो उसको क्यों ही बताना. वेल दैट्स फाइन. सो दिस इज वेरी न्यूट्रल सॉर्ट ऑफ एन ओपिनियन, बट दिस विल either not encourage me nor either discourage me. Discourage नहीं हो है ना, but first will discourage me, right, in a very very big way. Sharda is not keeping well and Mr. Singh warned her that her frequent absences could lead to her termination. Well, then she will get terminated just because she is not keeping well. She'll not get terminated because of that thing, right? So first, you see, she's getting terminated because she's revealing the information. Fourth, she's getting terminated because of her health. So health is not, that sharing the information is in control, but health is not in her control. And this particular question is related with information sharing. So obviously, fourth is not the answer. Whenever Sharda was absent, Vimla used to help her by taking over her responsibilities. जब भी शारदा एब्सेंट होती थी, विमला उसकी हेल्प करती थी, ये सोच के अगर मैं बता दूं, है ना, तो ये मेरे को स्टॉप नहीं करेगी, ये मेरे को एनकरेज करेगी शेयर करने से इंफॉर्मेशन. करेक्ट. तो ये तो वैसे ही आउट हो गया. सो द आंसर इज ऑप्शन 1. ओके. इस क्वेश्चन से मैंने ये सीखा कि ऑब्वियसली हमें जो क्वेश्चन हमारा गॉड होता है उसी पे हमको पूरा फोकस रखना है. दैट मेरे को एनकरेज नहीं करना चाहिए, मेरे को डिस्करेज करना चाहिए ऐसा पॉइंट इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर करने से. एंड नथिंग कैन डिस्करेज मी मोर देन ऑप्शन 1 हियर. 2 months passed and owing to Sharda's improved health and dedication, Sharda started working in 3 more houses. However, Vimla was dismissed from her jobs in 2 more houses primarily due to the ring incident. So basically, शारदा की हेल्थ इंप्रूव हुई. शारदा स्टार्टेड वर्किंग इन 3 more houses. विमला के साथ में वही चल रहा है क्योंकि उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन को रिवील कर दिया था कि हाँ उसने चोरी करी है, जो कि एक्चुअली उसने नहीं की थी. उसकी वजह से उसको जॉब नहीं मिल रही है. न्यूज ऑफ द डिस्कवरी ऑफ द लॉस्ट रिंग हैड नॉट बिकम पब्लिक एंड शारदा वांटेड टू हेल्प विमला. ओके. नाउ द डिस्कवरी, ऑब्वियसली लाइक लॉस्ट रिंग, रिंग गुम चुकी है ये सबको पता है, लेकिन रिंग मिल चुकी है ये पब्लिक नहीं हुआ है. एंड शारदा वांटेड टू हेल्प विमला, सो दिस इज क्लियर दैट शी वांट्स टू हेल्प विमला, है ना. ये तो पक्का हो गया क्वेश्चन, है ना, पैसेज में ही. शारदा इज कंटेम्पलेटिंग ओवर पॉसिबल एक्शन, कि शारदा शुड डू व्हाट, है ना. एक अंदर से आवाज आती है बता देना चाहिए. कैसे बताऊं मैं, जॉब का खतरा भी है मेरे पे, अगर मैंने बता दिया तो ही मे डिसोन मी, मिस्टर सिंह, है ना. व्हाट शुड आई डू? Which of the following actions by Sharda will best help Vimla? So you have to make sure that basically you as a stakeholder are satisfied, Vimla as a stakeholder is satisfied, Mr. Singh as a stakeholder is satisfied, right? Make sure that all the stakeholders, they're satisfied with the decision or the action which is being taken now. Confront Mr. Singh about concealing the discovery of the lost ring from the housing society residents. मतलब you just like try to confront Mr. Singh. That is basically gonna create a friction between Sharda and Mr. Singh, and Sharda might able to lose her job, which will not be good for her. As a stakeholder, it's not good for either Sharda or Mr. Singh. It might be good for Vimla, you know. So that is out. Inform Vimla that ring has been found and advise her to demand compensation from Mr. Singh for tarnishing her image. Basically, ring has been found, यहाँ तक ठीक है, but advising to demand compensation for tarnishing her image, that is gonna do hamper to Mr. Singh in a way that okay, he has to give compensation. That is one thing, but second thing is this is also not good for Sharda. Sharda has to make sure that her action will not create a problem for her own. That is also important, है ना. सो यहाँ पे हो रही है प्रॉब्लम उसको. इन्फॉर्म एज मेनी डोमेस्टिक हेल्प्स इन द हाउसिंग सोसाइटी एज पॉसिबल दैट शी हैज फाउंड द रिंग. डोमेस्टिक हेल्प्स को बताने से क्या फायदा होगा? कुछ फायदा होगा फॉर विमला ऑल्सो? नो. Because let's say I tell in the domestic help we have been talking to each other, she has been telling everyone ki ring mil gayi hai, then it's gonna create chaos in one way or the other. And second thing is, it is not reaching to the direct stakeholders also who is gonna employ Vimla, because Vimla is getting terminated from various jobs because of that incident. तो वहां तक तो जा ही नहीं रही है. Correct. um, Quit the job at Mr. Singh's house and ask him to consider offering that job to Vimla. Okay, so that means आप एक्शन भी कर रहे हो, यू आर हेल्पिंग विमला बट यू आर नॉट हेल्पिंग योर सेल्फ. ओके. So that's disadvantage to you yourself. Okay, stakeholder, you being a stakeholder is not justifying this. Divulged to Vimla's employers in the housing society that she has found the ring. Well, it's gonna help a lot. सबसे पहले मिस्टर सिंह और विमला के और शारदा के बीच में कोई भी कंफ्लिक्ट नहीं आएगी. शारदा is not gonna lose her job. Vimla is gonna get the job because Vimla's employers are aware. Vimla's employer will trust Sharda more as compared to the other domestic helps because Sharda is working directly with Mr. Singh. है ना? So basically, it's a plus plus point for everyone. There is no negative point in there. That's why the answer is option 5. Great. I think it's I hope it's understandable, right? Great. So यहाँ से हमने एक और चीज सीखी कि हाँ मतलब बेस्ट एक्शन का मतलब ये होता है कि यू डू इट इन अ वे दैट योर ऑब्जेक्टिव इज मेट, यू आर हेल्पिंग अदर्स, बट यू एज अ स्टेक होल्डर आर ऑल्सो justifying your position that you are not doing harm to yourself. That is important, right? Now, the news of the discovery of the lost ring eventually became public. The domestic helps in the society were chagrined by the treatment meted out to Vimla. अब न्यूज तो बाहर फैल गई. डोमेस्टिक हेल्प जितनी भी थी वो एक्चुअली अनॉय हो गई इस बात से कि क्या ट्रीटमेंट दिया गया है विमला को. एंड द फैक्ट दैट द न्यूज ऑफ द डिस्कवरी वाज नॉट मेड पब्लिक इमीडिएटली, दैट्स आल्सो समथिंग व्हिच वाज बैड. कि व्हाई इट वाज नॉट शेयर टू पब्लिक इमीडिएटली. They wanted to ensure that they would not get targeted every time if something goes missing. Now, basically, it's a union. Now they'll start thinking, okay, any person can come and blame on this girl, her. And also they need to ensure themselves that they should not get targeted every time if something goes missing. Which of the following policy options will best minimize the chance of employers suspecting their domestic workers of theft in the future? What is the question? Question is the God. Best minimize the chances of what? Of employers suspecting their domestic workers of theft in the future. That, okay, you're pointing fingers at your domestic worker. No, 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 no. He or she is not at fault. You need to rethink. So that this policy should be the answer. The domestic workers will undergo a daily search by the security guards when leaving the society. Well, when I know that they are being searched by the security guards when leaving the society, that means there is a check on them every single day. So now the question of the theft will not come into the picture, because अगर ऐसा ही केस पहले होता और बोलते कि विमला ने चोरी किया है तो सिक्योरिटी गार्ड वुड हैव टोल्ड कि नहीं हमने पूरा चेक किया था उस दिन और पिछले कुछ दिनों से विमला के पास में कुछ भी नहीं मिला है. That actually it's a promising point. So I'll hold it for now. When a domestic worker is terminated on suspicion of theft without proof, they will have to be paid at least 1 month's salary in full. Well, let's say me being an owner, it's being said to me that, okay, if you suspect without proof, you have to give 1 month salary. Well, I know that's a disadvantage to me, but will that stop me from pointing a finger at the person? No, it will not. हाँ थोड़ा सा मेरे को ऐसा संकोच होगा कि मेरे को करना चाहिए कि नहीं, but if I am feeling strong, I will not care about that 1 month salary in full. I will just point out the finger. But first will eventually help me in the way कि I am not supposed to point out the finger because there is a quality check, there is a security check being done by security guards. So first is very strong as compared to two. Just because I have to pay 1 month salary in full does not deny the fact that I'll stop pointing fingers at someone. One will ensure that I'll stop pointing fingers of theft in the future. The current address and contact details of all domestic workers should be submitted to the housing society. Well, that really doesn't help because if they have done something, done some theft, taken to their homes, that's fine, it's with them, but still you can start pointing fingers at them. Okay, अपने घर पे कहीं भी रख दिया होगा, कहीं बेच दिया होगा, कुछ भी कर दिया होगा, एड्रेस कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स होने से क्या होगा? Okay. If there is a suspicion of theft, the security guards will first conduct a thorough research of the affected house. अगर theft का suspicion है, the security guards will first conduct a thorough search of the affected house. That's there, but then मे बी ऐसा हो सकता है कि चोरी करके वो ऑलरेडी चले गया हो पर्सन जिसने चोरी किया है, तो दैट विल स्टिल अलाउ मी टू पॉइंट अ फिंगर एट दैट पर्सन. सो दिस इज आउट अगेन. When a domestic worker is terminated on suspicion of theft, the employer will have to publicly apologize if the domestic worker can prove their innocence. Well, the time will come when they'll starting proving their innocence. By that time, there will be always a suspicion of theft, and there will be always fingers pointing. So that is again out. The question was not that. The question was that it should minimize the chance of employers suspecting, pointing the fingers at domestic workers. First, will minimize that chance for you. All right, great. Now, next question is in Symbolis, an upcoming medium-sized IT services organization, only 1% of the employees were awarded an annual performance bonus. केवल 1% employees को ही annual performance bonus मिल रहा है, right? This annual performance bonus was decided by a committee formed of different functional heads. When Miss Nalini Katakayam received the annual bonus for the first time in her 5 years at Symbolis, Miss Shalini Sampath, a colleague with 7 years of tenure at Symbolis, told Nalini that this annual bonus was less a reflection of Nalini's performance and more a recognition of those who have fostered a strong rapport with the powers that be. So Shalini, being 7 years of tenure, is telling Nalini that okay, you got the performance bonus, that's fine, but then it's not because of your performance, it's because you have a good rapport with the deciding jury. किसी को भी ऐसा बोलोगे तो एक्चुअली उसको ऐसा लगेगा, थोड़ा बुरा, ऑब्वियसली बुरा लगेगा कि भाई ठीक है मैंने काम किया उसकी वजह से मिला होगा, बट नहीं, यू आर टेलिंग. Incidentally, Shalini had never received any performance bonus in her tenure at the company. Well, it's pretty much justified, being 7 years she has not received it, and so let's see what the question says. But yes, I understood where it is coming from. Shalini's comments deeply hurt Nalini, especially since she had always considered Shalini to be a close friend. And then, if you consider that person to be a close friend and comments are coming from that person, it really hurts. Nalini felt like declining the bonus given her respect for and relationship with Shalini. So Nalini ने सोचा कि ठीक है, डिक्लाइन करता है बोनस को बिकॉज of my respect for Shalini, my relationship with Shalini. Which of the following reasons, if best, will dissuade Nalini from declining the bonus? मतलब कौन सी ऑप्शंस है जो नलिनी को बोलेगी कि प्लीज प्लीज डोंट डिक्लाइन द बोनस, इट्स नॉट वर्थ इट, you should not decline the bonus. Shalini, good at heart, is known for making insensitive comments. Well, if Shalini, who is already good at heart, she's known for making insensitive comments, then that's just a comment which is coming out of her character, because this is what kind of a person she is. Is there some recording issue? Yes. So basically, what we have realized that Shalini, being good at heart, is known for making insensitive comments. So if she's already known for making insensitive comments, that means, well, she does that because it's her characteristic. She's known for making insensitive comments. That means if I already know that she's known for making insensitive comments, I'll be like less hurt and I'll not go to decline the offer because I know she's good at heart. Okay, good option. Shalini is known for confronting her boss whenever they change deadlines. Then what it has to do with the, uh, well, basically they might be trying to say that, okay, she is known for that. She's not building a rapport with her boss, let's say, in some way or the other. So will that encourage Nalini to decline the offer? No, it does not. There has to be a solid reason for her, which should eventually ask Nalini, okay, you don't decline the offer, because there's nothing like declining the offer. First option says that you still have a good bond and relationship with her, just that she's a friend, you are a friend. She's known for making insensitive comments, so there's just one insensitive comment, that's it. But she's good at heart. In her close group, Nalini is the first person to receive the bonus. If Nalini is the first person to receive the bonus, well, understand one thing. It's fine. uh, it will not, but the thing is, it will not encourage. She should be able to decline the offer. It will dissuade, it will not dissuade, it will not do anything actually. Very few people who are not considered loyal receive the bonus. Very few people who are not considered loyal receive the bonus. Okay. So basically it might hint at like she's being loyal, that's why. So that can be a reason to decline the offer, right? But then that is not a reason to not decline the offer. We need, she should not decline the offer. Shalini's irreverent comment about her previous boss punished her out of the team. Well, that means she's known for making the comments and all that stuff. But that should not. But it's fine. That's just a piece of information. Should I decline the offer? Will it help me in any way? Well, five is a very close one, but one is gonna help me in a way that I know Shalini is like that, but she's good at heart. My relationship will not go anywhere, so I should not decline the offer. Well, even if I decline the offer, what next? After reading the fifth, and should I just decline it because I know that she has been, you know, she has been actually her comment about previous boss pushed her out of the team. No, that's not a good point to have, right? Okay. Since receiving the performance bonus, Nalini noticed a change in how her teammates behaved with her. They appeared indifferent towards her, although there were no major issues. Nalini could not help but sense that her teammates began to perceive her as having a closer relationship with the top brass following her recent accomplishment. है ना? परफॉर्मेंस बोनस रिसीव होने के बाद भी नलिनी नोटिस चेंज इन हाउ हर टीममेट्स बिहेव विद हर. थोड़े से एटीट्यूड में चेंज आ गया, कोई इश्यूज नहीं थे, है ना? बट नलिनी कुड सेंस दैट हर टीममेट्स you know began to perceive her as having a closer relationship with the top brass following her recent accomplishment. उनको भी ऐसे लगने लग पड़ा कि यार इसका तो चलो हो सकता है कि भाई टॉप ब्रास के साथ में क्लोजर रिलेशनशिप हो, जिन्होंने इसको प्रमोट किया है या फिर गिवन हर अप्रेजल इन वन वे. Nalini assumed that her teammates might be influenced by Shalini. Consequently, they seemed to be avoiding informal interactions with her. Okay, आप खुद सोचो, you got a promotion. Your team should be happy rather than disappointed because maybe I don't know, for some reason maybe Shalini communicated that इसका तो already एक तरीके से jack था and she got promoted. Yeah, you feel that others are feeling like that, so it will hurt you in one way. As Nalini had to rely on the support of her teammates, what could Nalini best do to normalize her relationship with them? Well, अगर नलिनी को rely करना on the support of her teammates, right? She wants that support, so she wants to get together than that. What could Nalini best do to normalize her relationship? Do nothing. It's not a good option to have. Do nothing. It's a very worst option. That it's like you are leaving your responsibility. Confront Shalini and ask her to stop spreading rumors, right? Well, you talk to Shalini, you ask her to stop spreading rumors. Well, first of all, even if you confront Shalini and you tell her to stop spreading rumors, what if she does not understand you and she'll still spread it? And second thing is she is not able to get convinced with the fact that okay, are you making sure that it's just a rumor, because I don't believe it. So what if she'll not okay, invite her teammates for dinner on a weekend. It's a good one, but then they will not come because they don't feel that home, sort of home vibes with Nalini. So just inviting them directly and now nobody is coming, that will also hurt in one way or the other. Start saying negative things about their bosses to her teammates. Well, that's not something which is good for her also, because she doesn't want that. She wants to normalize a relationship, but not at the cost of saying negative things about someone else. Talk to her teammates regarding their indifference towards her. Well, if teammates have a problem with me, I should talk to my teammates. Let's sort this out with the teammates and try to understand, okay, if you feel this way, this is not the correct way. Then there's a possibility to have an open communication. So if I say 2 and 5, rather than I'm going through Shalini, I will talk to that person directly who has a problem with me, right? So 5 is making more sense here. Now, a significant project arrived recently at Symbolis, and Nalini was chosen to spearhead it. Spearhead means lead it. है ना? Nalini 5 years experience, Shalini 7 years experience. Nalini just got an appraisal or a performance bonus. She was given the autonomy to create her own team to collaborate and drive this project to success. ये successful होना ही चाहिए. Create your own team. Nalini wanted to build a team where each of the team members worked with great camaraderie. As Shalini had previous experience of working with the client, Nalini offered her to join the team. So शालिनी ने ऑलरेडी इस क्लाइंट के साथ काम किया, तो नलिनी बोल रही है प्लीज ज्वाइन माय टीम, प्लीज कम. However, Shalini expressed her willingness to work on the project not only on the condition that she would be appointed as a team leader. Shalini is like, okay, I'll work, but only at the condition that I please appoint me as a team leader. है ना? एक वो आप भी चाहता है ना एक तरीके से है ना been working this organization for so long, why I'm not spearheading it, why Nalini is spearheading it, right? Nalini was aware that the client was very difficult to work with. Of the three previous projects with the client, only the one where Shalini was a team member was successfully completed. तीन प्रोजेक्ट्स में एक सक्सेसफुल हुआ था जिसमें शालिनी एक टीम मेंबर थी एंड नलिनी नोज द कम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट है ना. What should be the best course of action for Nalini regarding the inclusion of Shalini in the team? Shalini should be included. पहली बात why? Because Shalini is a good resource. She's been working with the client that already worked with the client. That project was also the successful, and it was the only successful part. The only problem with there is that she is still feeling that Nalini है ना शालिनी will be requesting कि अरे मेरे को टीम लीड करने दो नलिनी को, so Nalini has to fight that thing. Okay. Now options. Form a team without Shalini. Well, Shalini should be included. Ask Shalini to reconsider as this project can be important to both of them. Well, reconsider what? Reconsider that okay, I can lead this, maybe some sort of adjustment. I understand that your point of views are very important, so you co-lead with me, something like that, where we both should lead that. Some sort of communication is needed, and reconsideration should be there because project is important to both of them. So that's a very good thing. And always remember, whenever there are team tasks or something, open communication is very important. You should be a good listener, and you should be able to have an open communication directly. Even in the last question, we said directly talk to the teammates. Here, directly talk to Shalini and sort this out, right? Good option. Tell her boss that Shalini should lead the team as she had worked with the client before. Well, that means you're talking to the boss, Shalini should lead the team. Well, that's a good thing. है ना सब सुलझ जाएगा. But then that means you are actually questioning mark your capabilities to spearhead it because people are trusting you. So you should also trust yourself. That is the only caveat as a stakeholder, which obviously you should not start losing hopes on yourself, right? That is important. This is out. Complain about Shalini's attitude to the human resource manager. शालिनी के एटीट्यूड की बात करो एचआर के साथ में. वेल, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एचआर इज अ थर्ड पार्टी इन दिस केस. It's project related. You need to understand that she's a part of your team. You need to have a conversation open with her, right? And even if something happens, you should not directly reach the HR. You can directly reach the boss first and then take this to HR. But the situation has not escalated this much that you will start complaining about Shalini's attitude. So this is out. Request your boss to order Shalini to join the team. Well, requesting your boss to order Shalini to join the team, Shalini might join the team, but still there will be a friction between Shalini and Nalini, and that's what Shalini does not want. And even in the fourth case, there might be a problem between Shalini and Nalini, so that's not what Shalini wants. Nalini wants. So second is a better option to have. Great. Okay. Raman had been working tirelessly as a project manager in the IT department of Flying Groceries, a renowned app-based supply chain company for the past 3 years, having graduated from a top-tier engineering college. He dived straight into the corporate world, managing projects with great zeal that inspired his seniors, right? So Flying Groceries है renowned app-based supply chain company है. He's been working as a project manager in the IT department for the past 3 years. He graduated from a top-tier engineering college, straight into the corporate world, but he's managing projects with great enthusiasm, one of the good resources. At the end of his first year with Flying Groceries, impressed with his hard work, Raman's boss, Suraj, the founder CEO of Flying Groceries, fast-tracked his promotion and made him delivery manager, responsible for multiple projects of a vertical. Suraj also promised Raman the position of Chief Operation Officer in the 5th year of his tenure. Wow. In search of a great career trajectory, Raman pursued entrance exams for business schools. His efforts bore fruits as he secured a place in the country's best business school, known for its strong alumni base, stellar placement records, and demanding academic requirements. Okay, Raman was delighted. He had 3 months to join the B school. Flying Groceries demanded that any employee who wished to leave the organization should give at least a month's notice. So 3 months है, notice दे सकता है Raman. Raman decided to continue working and enriching his work experience, which will be beneficial when applying to companies after graduating from the B school. है ना? Whenever he's gonna apply to the companies after graduated from the business school, he wanted to continue work because he wanted to enrich his work experience. Therefore, he decided not to share the news of the offer with anyone else for the time being. So अभी मैं नहीं डिस्कस करता, मुझे जब नोटिस पीरियड देना then I'll discuss it. Sub questions है. Flying Groceries was planning to implement a much needed update to enhance the functionality and user experience of their app. Okay. According to Suraj, the update was expected to take at least 6 months to complete. Well, Raman does not have 6 months. He just has 3 months, also 2 months and 1 month of notice period. Suraj wanted Raman to lead this project because his leadership was critical for the project success. अगर किसी leadership जो है वो critical है project success के लिए, and in this case Raman, so basically Suraj want Raman to lead this project, right? Correct. So this is something which Suraj want, right? Now, however, Raman knew that he would there be only for 3 months. रमन को ये बात पता थी कि वो केवल और केवल वहां पे 3 मंथ्स के लिए ही है. He was not sure whether he should accept the project or not. Just a second, I'm just putting laptops charging and चाहिए. Great. Okay, I think it's okay now. Uh-huh. He was not sure whether he should accept the project, right? He was not sure whether if I know ये 3 महीने हैं, should I go for it? Should I like, or I should not go for it? I should accept the project or not? Which of the following information, if true, will best assist Raman in accepting the role of leading the project? Well, you have to make sure that Raman accepts it, even though he knows that the project takes 6 months to complete and he only has 3 months. तो ऐसा क्या होगा कि वो उसको he'll start accepting the role. During his time with Flying Groceries, Raman finished some projects ahead of schedule. Well, that's a good thing, but then you don't know which projects were there and why they were completed ahead of schedule, and you don't know the complexity of this project. So, based on this information, if you start taking that decision, well, that's a foolishness completely. This is out. Raman could requisition more human resources to his team for the next 3 months. Well, you can take more employees to your team and maybe fast track the project. But one thing which I just realized in this question is that Suraj wanted Raman to lead this project because his leadership was critical for the project success. So it's not about that. It's about your leadership being critical. So if you're not there, even if you include more people, it's not about people. And you don't know like how many people are required and in what capacity, or you'll be able to fulfill that. You can request maybe, and will they be as having that as potent as they're as capable as you. That is something which are all these questions. So it's an okay, let's park it for now, but if I get a more good than this, then I should go for that. Suraj might advise against the update if he got to know that Raman was leaving soon. Then I think against the update, then it should not assist Raman in accepting this. The last two projects Raman led were successfully completed by his subordinates during his exams. That's a very good option. Why? Because if Raman was leading some project and they were completed by his subordinates during the exam, that means in Raman's absence, his team is also capable enough to handle that project. And they also have the same potential. Then even Raman goes after 3 months, he knows that his team can complete the project because they have the same potential as them. So that means 4 is better than 2. So 4 is a better option. It will be out. Raman had previously taken many projects home and the business school would have no classes during the weekends. Well, this is a very tricky thing because you don't know, like, okay, you'll be able to pull off that project during the weekends, but you don't know about the nitty-gritties of the project, whether it requires more time, less time. Let's say it requires more time, you don't have 10 time, then it's gone, right? You're not supposed to take that risk. So obviously you'll go with option 4, which will eventually help you to accept the offer and lead this project. Great. After a couple of months, Raman resigned. Oh my God. Suraj was shocked होने था, by Raman's resignation and asked him to reconsider his decision. When Raman expressed his inability to continue, Suraj felt betrayed. This led to a series of heated arguments between them because obviously like such a good resource is going without telling me anything, and they swore to never work together again. Raman joined the B school, however, he soon realized that the summer internship placements were approaching. Consequently, he would require verification of his responsibilities from Flying Groceries. ओके, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज एक्शन इज द मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट फॉर रमन टू ऑब्टेन हिज वेरिफिकेशन? आप खुद सोचो, रमन की लड़ाई हो चुकी है सूरज के साथ में, एंड इट्स वेरी 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 डिफिकल्ट टू गेट दैट एक्नॉलेजमेंट फ्रॉम फ्लाइंग ग्रोसरीज विच इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द समर internship placements. What will Raman do? Raman should write a sincere and professional apology letter expressing regret for the argument Raman had with Suraj. Well, it's a good option. I can write that sincere and professional apology letter. Um, but will it help me to obtain anything? Will he give me apologies? Number one. Number two. Also, sometimes it's like that. You also start feeling that was it your mistake? And if you write a sincere and professional apology letter, you always feel that will that person apology give you the apology, right? And third thing is whether at this point of time he'll be able to write that recommendation for you after giving the apology. Might apologize, you might not accept your apology. It's a very questionable sort of a thing. Okay. Raman should write an email to Suraj emphasizing Raman's roles and responsibilities and request him to approve them. Well, वो कभी भी नहीं करेगा because they have been going in a fight. So it's not an appropriate thing. Raman should contact the HR representative to facilitate the verification of Raman's responsibility. Well, once you are out of the organization, it becomes HR representative to actually communicate your things to your team members because they become a mediator and that's their responsibility also. And if you go through that route, then eventually your fights won't come in the middle. Rather, it'll be a very formal process and it's gonna get implemented because you're just asking for your work related information. So HR can conduct that very nicely, even though your terms and conditions between Suraj and you are not nice. So this is a very good option which asked me to eliminate one. Okay. If you see how I'm going is, if I have two things in mind, I will choose both the options. But if I see that one option is better than the other, then I'll just remove it completely. Raman should reach out to a mutual acquaintance within the company and ask her to intervene. रमन को रीच आउट करना है एक म्यूचुअल एक्वेंटेंस विद द कंपनी एंड आस्क हर टू इंटरवीन. ओके. Hmm. Mutual acquaintance with the company ask her to intervene. Well, then why not the HR? HR representative is more formal, is being designated for the role, and I am sure that it's gonna happen that way. I'll obtain obtain my verification through that. Mutual acquaintance within the company ask her to intervene. Well, who is that? Will he be able to do that? I'm not sure. I'm sure with third, not sure with fourth. Raman should re-establish communication with Suraj through social media platforms like Facebook and persuade him there. Well, re-establishing communication through not a very professional way, unprofessional way, you're doing that, that's fine. But then I think contacting the HR representative, making sure that it's immediate, it's done on point, done on time. You don't know how much time you will take to re-establish communication, then through some other channels, right, which are non-professional. Well, not goes rightly. Obviously, 3 will overpower 5. Great. Raman received a verification letter from Flying Groceries outlining his basic job responsibilities during his tenure there. However, Raman required a document to substantiate the additional responsibilities he undertook at Flying Groceries by going beyond his call of duty. Okay. He received a verification letter, but he required a document to substantiate the additional. Obviously उसने इतना ही काम नहीं किया था जितना लेटर मिल गया, उसने और भी काम किया था. Sadly, he did not have any documentation of such additional responsibilities. Well, which of the following options will best help substantiate the additional responsibilities Raman undertook? कौन सी option है जो obviously will help him to get that acknowledgement which Raman undertook? Raman should create documentation detailing quantifiable metrics and results about his extra work based on his memory. First of all, it might not be pretty much accurate just on memory. Second thing is it is not verifiable. So that's not a good idea and might not be trusted by the summer internship placement company. Raman should collect testimonials on his additional responsibility from his ex-teammates at Flying Groceries. Well, very much company can rely on these because they're ex-teammates, they're part of the company, okay, or they were in the same company at that point of tenure, right? Okay, and it's talking about the additional responsibility. They are sort of testimonials from the fellow teammates. Well, it's kind of a recommendation, will work. Yes, good. Raman should write a public post on social media appealing to Suraj mention, well, the challenges he faced And how he overcame them? Well, it's not a good platform. You're doing a formal thing on a public platform does not make sense. And whenever you're going to do something, you just need to make sure the answer, which the question which comes to your head, will it definitely be a point which will help me to get that verification or acknowledgement. Well, second is that point. Company will trust that. Third, company also won't trust that. It's just a public post. Raman should call Suraj and explain that he'll not be able to get a consulting on an operation jobs without verification. Well, that's fine, but then they have to settle, that fight first, and that's not a good. You're calling a person whom you had a fight with. You're not in good terms. Do you think he'll listen to you? No. Raman should reach out to the recently recruited CSO, Chief Supply Chain Officer, and Flying Grocers to highlight the additional work he contributed to facilitate the officer's task. Recently recruited, he might not be aware he has to go back and check, okay, what he has done. Not a feasible option. Obviously, like ex teammates will be more reliable in that case. Even new person's recommendation will not be reliable that way. Second is the correct one. Great. Kasta, a small industrial town, hosted a steel plant and its associated ancillary companies. Most of its residents were steel plant employees from different states of the country. While the town offered employment opportunities, it lacked an airport. It's a small industrial town. It has a steel plant. It has some associated companies. Residents are steel plant employees from different states of the country. अलग अलग country से आ रहे हैं, right? While town offered employment opportunities, it lacked an airport. It does not have an airport. That's a problematic thing. For those wanting to fly, the nearest airport was in Michaelganj. Okay, 100 kilometers from Kasta. So basically, if somebody has to come to Kasta, he has to, and he's coming from airport, he has to reach that airport, drive 100 kilometers and come to Kasta from Michaelganj. To reach the airport, people rented taxi services available at Kasta, and Prabhu was one such taxi service provider. Okay, he was a taxi service provider from available and from Michaelganj to Kasta. Prabhu's rates were reasonable. A trip to airport cost 2200. 2200 for 100 kilometers. Amazing. It's very reasonable. And for round trip, it was 3000. That means for 200 kilometers, just charging how much? Only 3000 rupees. Okay, so that's like roughly 15 rupees per kilometer. Very reasonable. Yet it was not just the affordability that made him popular, but his reputation for punctuality and reliability was unmatched. So remember that he was reasonable, his prices is, but it's not the thing that made him popular. His reputation for punctuality, he was punctual, and he was reliable. Very important. Reasonable, prices reasonable, punctual and reliable. When it came to ensuring the safety of the women traveling alone, he would always be the first choice. Wow. Such was his trustworthiness that even the steel plant would solicit his services when expecting solo female visitors. Moreover, whenever residents encountered issues with their personal cars, they would turn to Prabhu for help. So such a nice, genuine person this guy is. However, the world shifted when the COVID-19 pandemic struck, right? Travel restrictions and safety concerns limited Prabhu's trips to Michaelganj for over a year and a half. Financial strain followed with accumulating interest on his home loan. He was weighed down by debt, but things improved once COVID-19 travel restrictions were lifted. Having faced financial hardships during COVID-19, he sought to offset his losses by raising the fare. Yet he was aware of the stiff competition in town where many others offered services at a similar fare as his. Okay. उसको ऐसा लगा कि फेयर को रेस करते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ सच फाइनेंशियल हार्डशिप्स बट उसको कंपटीशन भी पता था दैट मैनी आर गिविंग द सेम सर्विसेज एट द सेम प्राइस सो दे माइट नॉट इंक्रीज द प्राइसेस बट आई हैव टू इंक्रीज द प्राइस ओके Prabhu decided to increase the taxi fare for all the future trips. He planned to charge 3000 for a one way and kind of 4000 for a round trip, 1000 more for a round trip. Which of the following facts will best help Prabhu's regular customers in accepting the increase in fare? Why I will accept Raghu's increase in fare? Well, I know that Raghu was, Prabhu. Prabhu was different from others because his prices were reasonable. Let's say now they are not reasonable because I'm getting affordable prices. But he's still reliable and more punctual person than anyone else because even the solo women travelers, he's the first choice. Because the cost of living has gone up in Kasta. Well, but others are giving me the same price. So why I should accept that offer? No. Because Prabhu is punctual and reliable. Yes. That is his USP. Prabhu is facing financial hardships. Like people don't have to eventually dig deeper into that because they're not pretty much concerned about this. Prabhu offers repair services to residents, car related issue that's there, but how will people get affected with that? Prabhu serves many top officials of the steel plant. That's there, but that's not a reason to accept the increase in fare. It is a reason that okay, he's still exclusive in the way he's punctual and reliable. So we should accept that offer. Well, wonderful. Okay. Now after Prabhu increased his charges by 30%, the revenue flow was promising in the beginning, especially from the steel plant's official trips. After a few months, he noticed a dip in private bookings. On exploring further, Prabhu realized that while women traveling solo still preferred Prabhu's service, some of his regular customers were choosing his competitors when traveling as a family. Okay, स्टार्टिंग में रेवेन्यू फ्लो वाज गुड, लेकिन थोड़ी देर में प्राइवेट बुकिंग्स में डिप आया, है ना. विमेन ट्रैवलिंग सोलो आर स्टिल प्रेफरिंग प्रभु, बट कुछ रेगुलर कस्टमर उनके कॉम्पिटिटर चूज कर रहे थे बिकॉज व्हेन दे वर ट्रैवलिंग एज अ फैमिली नॉट सोलो. However, he knew that his competitors, while charging lower than him, were still tardy and sometimes cancelled at the last minute. Means Prabhu still has an advantage because his competitors are still tardy, though they're charging lower than him. He knows that he currently has that solo market with him. That's not going anywhere. That family market is going to the competitors. Okay, but he knows that it there are chances of it coming back or on frequent basis and completely also because my competitors are sturdy and they also cancel at the last minute. So they're not punctual, they're not reliable. I'm punctual and reliable. So this might come back to me. Okay. And obviously they'll not be able to consume it fully because I'll be able to consume some part of it because I know my competitors and how tardy they are and how they cancel at the last minute. Okay. Which of the following options will best help Prabhu to retain his revenue flow? Revert the pricing of the service to its prior rate. Well, if I do that, that's a problematic thing because people have started adjusting the prices. I have not lost my solo travelers. I've lost those, but I've lost those, and I know that they'll start coming back to me. So why I should go back to that? Well, it's a loss for me. Give 50% discount for personal trips. Well, that's a very that's not justifiable in a lot of ways because that is for one particular section of the trip. For personal trips you're giving, and why you're giving for personal trips? Well, personal trips are there. Okay, you have that market with you, and if you give 50% discount, that's also a loss to you. And that's just exclusive that you, if you're a personal trip, you're giving 50% discount, but you're not giving any discounts. So that's kind of not that's a very exclusive sort of a discount. Second thing is that market is anyways not getting affected because you're still leading that solo traveler market, right? And you're doing nuksan to yourself. Not a good idea. Stick to his current increased charges. Well, if I stick to my current increased charges also in this case, this makes sense. Well, बहुत सारी जगहों पे ऐसा होता है कि you should not choose that option that don't do anything. But in this case, you have a legit reason to choose you don't do anything. Why? Because you know that solo market is with you. And you also know that your competitors are tardy, they're not punctual, they're not reliable. So the market will go there. Eventually, they'll start feeling that and they'll come back. So you be yourself and let people come to you because they'll still come back where competitors are foolish. That's a good good option. Charge a premium when women travel solo. No, that's not. You're going to lose your women market also. Charge a premium for the steel plant's official trip. No, you cannot be exclusive. You cannot charge premium prices to one particular section of the society, not the others. That's not a good idea. Saroj, the new CFO at the steel plant, used the services of Manoj when he first traveled from Michael Ganj airport to the plant. Who is Manoj? Manoj was a rival of Prabhu in the taxi service business at Kasta. Okay. Manoj, upon learning that Saroj will be responsible for hiring taxi services for the steel plant, charged Saroj only rupees 1500 for that trip. Wow. जिसके लिए 2200 रुपये चार्ज कर रहा है कौन? प्रभु. Further, he assured Saroj to charge the same way for one way trip and initial 500 for round trip. राउंड ट्रिप के लिए कितना चार्ज करेगा? 2000 रुपये. वेयर एज ही इज चार्जिंग राउंड ट्रिप के लिए, सॉरी, अभी ये 3000 चार्ज कर रहा है, राउंड ट्रिप के लिए 1000 रुपये और, तो ये 4000 चार्ज करेगा. मतलब डबल पे करना पड़ेगा. इस केस में भी डबल है और वैसे भी डबल. ओके, ग्रेट. नाउ Upon realizing that the plant that utilized Prabhu services for all the official trips to the airport, Saroj contacted Prabhu to discuss the rates offered by Manoj and inquired why the plant should continue using his service. When Manoj provided the same at a lower price, Prabhu realized that Manoj charged an extremely low price just to push Prabhu out of his business in the steel plant. Well, right? Which of the following reasons given by Prabhu will best help his cause? मतलब it will eventually ask Saroj ही है ना हाँ कि please keep Prabhu and don't get you know distracted by those fares. Okay. Prabhu should warn Saroj that Manoj offer is not sustainable. Well, you're warning Saroj without any claim and without any proof. You know that, but you don't have a proof that it's not sustainable. That's not a good reason. Saroj will discard you by saying, okay, how come you know that? You don't know his intentions. Well, that's not a suitable thing. Prabhu should request Saroj to talk to a few of colleagues before taking any decision. Well, if he asks Saroj that, why Saroj, she's new, and Prabhu asked that please talk to your colleagues, your colleague, and why colleagues? Because colleagues they know Prabhu, they know his punctuality, his reliability, and they know the market that how competitors are unreliable and all that stuff. So basically, Saroj will get the better perspective, and he doesn't need to pay attention to Prabhu's opinion in that way. He might directly ask to his colleagues, you know, and well, colleagues are anyways impressed. So Prabhu will still have his cause. That's a good decision. Prabhu should introduce Saroj to Miss Nidhi Tawade, his regular customer. Well, Saroj can think about that there can be a biasness involved, but here there won't be any biasness involved, right? Because they're just genuine customers and they're part of the company. So Saroj can trust their comments rather than Miss Nidhi Tawade, just one person. Prabhu should offer to lower his price to the one offered by Manoj exclusively for the steel plant. Well, that's not the intent right there, just because somebody else is dealing that. And second thing is he has a financial crunch, so he cannot afford that. Out. Out. Prabhu should tell Saroj that Manoj is unreliable and tardy and women are unsafe with him. That's a very big statement to give, first of all. Second thing is not verifiable. So that's not correct. Something which can be verified and where Saroj can trust those people, second will make more sense. Okay. Miss Vinita Lama, a respected figure in the small town of Jampur, found herself stranded on the road once again when her old small hatchback car broke down. Finding herself alone on the deserted road with no one to help, Vinita, in desperation, called Shyam Saigal, the general manager of Balaji Motors, the only dealership in Jampur that sells Diplomatico cars, the brand that Vinita drives. उसकी hatchback जो है वो broke down हो गई. उसने श्याम को कॉल किया, was the general manager of श्याम साइकिल को बालाजी मोटर, जहां से उसने जो एक्चुअली डीलरशिप है जो डिप्लोमेटिको कार सेल करती है एंड वही ब्रांड विनीता ड्राइव करती है. विनीता न्यू श्याम फ्रॉम हर फ्रीक्वेंट विजिट्स फॉर गेटिंग हर हैचबैक कार सर्विस्ड. Surprisingly, arrived within 15 minutes, accompanied by a mechanic from his dealership. Wow, good service. Further, he arranged for the vehicle to be towed and kindly offered Vinita a ride home. Good service. On the way back, he advised Vinita to exchange her old car with a new SUV on a good discount from his dealership. He assured her that he would add several additional services to ensure her SUV remained in excellent condition for many years ahead. Now we're talking business, okay? That you get a new SUV, it will be good for her. I'll add additional services to ensure that your SUV remain in an excellent condition for years. Due to her old car's frequent breakdown, आपकी पुरानी कार के frequent breakdowns की वजह से, Vinita decided that it was a time to replace it. Vinita thought, okay, I think I should replace that car. She was afraid whether buying a Diplomatico SUV from Balaji Motors, as suggested by Sham, will be a right decision for her. And yes, obviously, like I have started thinking, okay, I should replace that. मुझे बात convince कर गई, but should I buy this Diplomatico SUV only because I'm running that brand? It's not very fruitful. Okay. Which of the following pieces of additional information will help her the most in taking the right decision? That right decision can be you go for Diplomatico, you don't go for Diplomatico, but it will convince her in like one direction strongly. She has no idea which SUV to choose, and she feels that all SUVs are same. So that's like it's not a very focused sort of an example which will direct her to a specific point. No, that's out. Her brother, an SUV enthusiast, so brother knows about SUV, staying in a metro city, has advised her to stay away from Diplomatico cars. So brother knows about SUV and he's saying that okay, and I can trust my brother, blood relation, SUV enthusiast, telling me I should stay away from Diplomatico cars. I should pay attention to that. It will redirect me to one direction to take a decision that I should not buy it. It's good example, very robust, very firm that I should not buy it. Okay. In Jampur, SUVs have a 6 month waiting period. However, one red color Diplomatico SUV, not our favorite color, is available at Balaji Motor. Still, it will not convince me to buy that or not. 6 month waiting period. Oh, I'll not buy red color Diplomatic SUV. Well, I have something I'll buy in a this sort of a dilemma sort of a state. No. Jampur being an old city with congested roads has a parking problem in many areas. It's a very neutral statement. It will not lead her to take a right decision because that's generally for her car, for everyone else's car as well. A new dealership of Panther Motors, the highest selling car brand in the country, is about to come to the town soon. That's there, but I don't know about that new dealership. Okay, will it be able to convince me or not convince me? Should I take a decision on that which has not come up yet? And I don't know anything about that. How can I take a decision on the basis of that? No. So second will make more sense to take a robust decision. Shyam's satisfaction from meeting the month's quota for selling SUVs turned to dismay when one of his young executives nervously told him that he mistakenly punched an extended warranty for free to Vinita's purchase contract earlier that morning. ओके विनीता का परचेज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था उस पे उसने एक्सटेंडेड वारंटी लगा दी है दिस कुड नॉट बी रिवर्स फ्रॉम द कंपनी सिस्टम एंड मेंट लॉस ऑफ 19,000 फॉर द डीलरशिप 19,000 रुपए की वारंटी लग गई है द एग्जीक्यूटिव वाज वेरी सॉरी एंड वाज रेडी टू टेक अकाउंटेबिलिटी हाउएवर द अमाउंट वाज टू लार्ज टू बी बोर्न बाय द एग्जीक्यूटिव श्याम वाज नॉट कंसर्न्ड अबाउट प्लेसिंग अकाउंटेबिलिटी बट रादर द रिकवरी ऑफ द लॉस कैसे लॉस रिकवर होगा उसको तो लगा था कि उसका मंथली कोटा पूरा हो गया. He was unsure whether he should ask Vinita for the money. Now tell me one thing. You punch in something wrongly. Just because your monthly quota is not getting fulfilled, accountability is not a concern for you. Money is a concern. So it's like you're thinking about going to the owner and asking for the money because you have wrongly done that. Well, the following pieces of information are available to Sham. A, B, C, D, E. Question is, which of the following combinations of the pieces above will most likely stop Sham from trying to recover the money from Vinita? And that has to be the case. You should not go to the owner. कौन सी information ऐसी होगी जो उसको convince करेगी कि मत जाओ owner के पास में? Okay. Options A and B, A and D, C and D, C and D, B and E. Okay. Sham is aware that Vinita is very happy with the deal he gave her for the car. Okay. So going there, okay, it's an okay option. Going there will not make sense. Very happy. Sham feels that Diplomatico's software system is complicated for new employees, which might help also played a role in the error. That's fine. That is the reason, but that will not tell me anything. So not a fruitful option. Vinita has a wide network and can connect Sham with many potential customers. Well, that's a good one. If I know Vinita has a wide range of network, going to her will not make sense because I know I'll be able to generate many potential customers. So I'll be able to recover that money in some way or the other from the potential customers also. That's a very strong option, which will actually help me not to go there and ask for that money. Vinita's brother, a car enthusiast, has enough knowledge of how car dealers operate. हाँ वो विनीता को भी बोल सकता है उसका भाई कि मुझे पता ही इसलिए आया है बट दैट्स अ कॉल बाय विनीता एंड दैट डजंट स्टॉप श्याम टू गो टू विनीता श्याम विल गो टू विनीता विनीता ब्रदर उसको कुछ भी बोले श्याम विल से ओके आई हैव टू गेट माय मनी व्हाट विल ही डू ओके Shyam feels that if he maintains the current sales volume, he might be able to persuade Diplomatico to write off the amount rupees 19,000. अगर डिप्लोमेटिको खुद ही 19,000 की अमाउंट राइट ऑफ कर देगा देन व्हाई देयर इज अ नीड टू गो टू विदिता सो दिस मेक्स सेंस A, C, and E, US, C and E are making more sense than and giving me more suitable reason and a logical reason than just because of some happiness I'll not go. So I'll go for C and E. Great. There's an option. Answer is option 4, C and E. 3 months passed. While returning from a friend's house, Vinita's new SUV was hit by another car. Fortunately, she was not injured, but the SUV was badly damaged. Okay. Surprisingly, when Vinita took the car for repairs to Balaji Motors, she was told that the repairs would not cost her anything, as the extended warranty on her car covered such accidents. All right. Vinita could not recall purchasing such a warranty, hence she contacted Shyam. उसने श्याम को contact किया, ऐसी warranty कब आई मेरे पास? Shyam informed her that the extended warranty was mistakenly punched into her contract by an executive. As this mistake could not be reversed due to company's rigid policies, Shyam bore the cost of rupees 19,000. तो अब उसको फाइनली पता लग गया कि उसके पास में एक पंच इन हो गया था गलती से. He further added that Vinita should consider it as a gift from Balaji Motor for purchasing the highest priced Diplomatico SUV. ठीक है, उसने अपनी तरफ से बात क्लोज कर दी. As Vinita rode back home, she wondered if she should pay 19,000 to Sham since the extended warranty came to her aid that day. Yes, because extended warranty ने ही help की है एक तरीके से, तो should I give it back to him 19,000? Because I was not sure that he punched it wrongly, but this aid helped me. Otherwise, मेरा और पैसा लगता maybe, you know. Which of the following is the most compelling rationale for Vinita to justify not paying? मतलब मुझे नहीं पे करना है. She paid more for the Diplomatic SUV compared to the price of a similar SUV from Panther. Uh, okay, similar SUV. So basically, that can be a good reason that I paid more for the Diplomatico SUV compared to the price of a similar SUV. Let's hold it for now. She is aware that for expensive SUVs like hers, dealer often offer free extended warranty. Well, if I know that dealers usually offer the free extended warranty and this guy has not done that, that gives me more rationale to not pay this guy because it would have come to me as a free extended warranty. So now I'll forget one and I'll focus on two is making more sense for me, right? The mistake happened 3 months back and is water under the bridge now. Well, you can't ignore something like that. Had the accident not happened, she would not have been aware of the warranty. That's true, right? But then it will not justify that okay I should not go there now. I'm aware I'm okay going there, but I should have a reason to not go, and this is the reason that dealers often free extended warranty and my dealer has not given it, so why should I go? Usually I should have gotten it. Sham would have come back to her if he had needed that money. So I should not go back because it didn't come back to me. That's not a reason, right? If I know I should go back, now I know that, right? People don't come because of their character also, that okay they don't like going, so that's not a suitable reason, right? Okay, so the answer is option 2. One's a better two है. Okay, ABC Business School was a school with a difference regarded as one of the top B schools in Western India, but relatively unknown beyond that. The school catered to smaller organizations seeking to hire students for sales and marketing positions with occasional openings in HR roles. है ना? कुछ HR roles में थी, कुछ sales और marketing में थी. School catered to smaller organizations seeking to hire students. These students were open to secure job opportunities even if they offered relatively lower salaries. We want job. We don't care about the salaries which are given to you. The organizations that recruited from ABC did not really care for the talent, but appreciated the students' ability to follow orders without questioning them. उनको talent से भी मतलब नहीं है. उनको ऐसा है कि student चाहिए हमको वैसे जो हमारे orders follow करे, हमसे question ना करे ज़्यादा. And students को भी basically job opportunity चाहिए जहाँ पे उनको salary से कोई मतलब नहीं है. They just want a job. Okay. The school strength laid in its alumni who consistently returned to the institution for recruitment, thereby ensuring the school's continued existence. Given the placement record, the school attracted a specific segment of business school aspirants who wanted a solid job but were not excited about learning. Okay, so very job oriented school. Wherein students want job, not the learning. Wherein recruiters want people who can pay attention to them rather asking money questions. Both are satisfying each other's criteria. Placement ki balle balle hai. Recently, some alumni of ABC threatened that their children should be given preference in admissions or they would withdraw as recruiters. Oh, the director was, however, hesitant about allowing alumni to interfere in running the school because the fairness of the admission process has earned ABC high respect within the corporate world that recruited from the school. So corporates are coming to the school, okay, because of alumni also because they are able to secure such candidates who can eventually pay attention to them, who only need job, but they're not concerned about salary, right? And third thing, corporates are also coming because they know the fairness of the admission process. But alumni are interfering with that. Which of the following reasons will help the director not to worry about pandering to those alumni? So in alumni की मत सुनो. director will be like, I don't want to listen to them. Which option will help me? The alumni were the reason that ABC was able to attract corporates. Well, if that reason, then I have to listen to the alumni. This is out. Some of the alumni were regularly teaching as guest faculty in the school. Very neutral. It won't convince me. Won't okay. Won't convince me. Won't not convince me. I should be convinced not to hear to them. Alumni depend upon ABC's success to enhance their employability. Well, if I listen to the alumni and I start interfering the admission process, corporates will learn that. Corporates will not think of my school now as a good school because they will get to know that I am actually interfering with the admission process, right? So ABC's success will go down. If ABC's success go down, that will enhance, that will affect their employability, the alumni's employability. So this point is a great point, which should be like, okay, as a director, I should not pay attention to those alumni because if I pay, because alumni are anyways going to get affected. If I actually start, paying attention to the alumni, their employability will be in a question mark. So basically, he'll be like, don't listen to them. They'll understand it and they'll stop saying anything to me. No business school has allowed alumni and any say in the managing the operation. That's not a reason because nobody is just that I should not do that. That's out. ABC has not entertained any request from the alumni till date. So if ABC has not entertained any request from the alumni till date, that means what? I shouldn't do that now? That's not a good reason. So three makes more sense. Across the country, business schools were ranked by popular magazines, right? A few business schools in the same region will apply for rankings, hoping that rankings will affect their visibility among corporate houses and recruiters. So ranking से corporate house और recruiters को पता लगेगा to achieve a good rank. ABC faculty members who have primarily focused on teaching would need to actively engage in research and consulting activities. The director was aware that asking the faculty to switch to research and consulting would not be easy. It won't be easy. Okay. So basically he's like, it won't be easy. So why to go for that rankings now? Which of the following facts will best help the director not to worry about apply for rankings? The alumni do not follow research publications in general. Okay. The alumni do not care for the teachers or classes in general. Alumni इसके बारे में बात हो रही है. Basically, why colleges are doing that? They actually want to attract corporate houses and recruiters. The alumni are aware that ABC offers a retainable pool talent. And in this case, alumni are good. ABC placements in the previous year were completed in 4 days. That's fine. ABC could never break into top 40 ranks. Just because I know this, I should not apply. That's wrong. My placements were completed in 4 days. I have to get the ranking. They should not. Well, if I know my college has a USP, ABC offers a retainable talent pool, and that's what companies are looking for. The people who should not question, who should pay attention to their orders without questioning anything, and who basically need jobs but not the salaries. Well, if ABC is giving those set of employees, well, alumni don't have a problem and they won't be interested in the rankings until and unless their conditions are being met. So third is making a strong case the director should not worry about the rankings. Alumni do not care for the teachers or classes in general. That's fine. Alumni do not follow research publication. Just because alumni do not follow this, do not follow that, I should not do that. Well, no. It's like if alumni are aware that my school has that talent pool, so they will eventually not go to that rankings. In this case, they might go to the rankings, but in this case, they're not really affected by the rankings. That's why I should not worry about that. Okay. A few faculty members complained to the director regarding the lack of attendance and seriousness among many students during classes and exams. The director knew that this had been the case for decades. Decades से ऐसा चलता आ रहा है, but became more rampant in the last few years. आखिरी कुछ सालों में ऐसा हुआ कि this has become more rampant. है ना, lack of attendance and seriousness. He was also aware that classes were mostly rituals conducted to tell that the world ABC that believed in education and had little bearings on placement. Placement में ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. However, he believed that students must be told to attend classes and take exam with serious attitude. Which of the following announcements by the director will best ensure that faculty stop complaining about student attendance? Faculty छोड़ दे टेंशन स्टूडेंट अटेंडेंस की, तो स्टूडेंट खुद आना शुरू हो जाए, ऐसा भी कुछ हो जाए. Students who attend every class should be given thank you notes from the director. I don't want a thank you note from the director. It's fine. I'll still not go. Students should be asked to pay a monetary penalty for missing classes. Well, they might be able to. Okay, and if let's say they're not able to, then it's a good hold. I can hold this. Faculty members who make classes very engaging should be felicitated during convocation. Okay, maybe faculty members is fine, but faculty members should stop complaining about student attendance. This will not serve the student attendance purpose. Only students with at least 85% class attendance will participate in placements. Well, if that happens and students only want placements and they want 85% attendance, they will come to the classes and faculty will stop complaining because they know now students are coming. This is making good sense when compared with 4. People are okay paying monetary penalty maybe for missing the classes, but if they are being taught that they will not participate in the placements, that's their main objective, then they will start coming to the classes. So this is out. This makes more sense. Students should be rewarded for contributing to in-class discussions and learnings. People are not pretty much excited about the rewards as much as they are excited about the placement. So this is out. Okay. Now, Deep Sea is a natural gas extraction company that retrieves natural gas from rock formations beneath the seabed. Seabed के नीचे से एक तरीके से गैस एक्सट्रैक्ट हो रही है ना? Natural gas from rock formations. This gas is then transported through its extensive pipeline network to a bottling plant located at the sea surface for processing. Right? The gas in the rock formations is pressurized, enabling it to flow to the surface and reach the bottling point. Yet excessive pressure can cause burst in the pipeline, leading to uncontrolled gas release known as blowout. Blowout क्या है? अगर प्रेशर ज्यादा हो गया वहां पे बर्स्ट हो जाएगा पाइपलाइन में, गैस रिलीज हो जाएगी, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ब्लोआउट. A blowout carries a staggering cost, encompassing not only environmental damage but also reputation loss and financial losses, totaling crores of rupees. So blowout is not should not happen. Very very important. Blowout should not happen, guys. Additionally, the impacted section of the pipeline requires a complete रिप्लेसमेंट, और जो भी इम्पैक्ट होता है उसको रिप्लेसमेंट भी चाहिए. सो ब्लोआउट होने से क्या होता है? प्रेशर इंक्रीज होने से अगर लीकेज हो गया है ना, बर्स्ट हो गया पाइपलाइन में, है ना, सो एनवायरमेंटल डैमेज, रेपुटेशन लॉस, फाइनेंशियल लॉसेस टोटलिंग करोड्स एंड कंप्लीट रिप्लेसमेंट. बहुत बड़े बड़े नुकसान है ये. Industry safe regulations divide the pipeline network into 3 levels. Level 3 is part under the seabed. Level 2 is the part above the seabed but in the deep sea, while level 1 is near the surface. The safety regulations require multiple blowout preventer valves. From now on, simply referred to as valves. Okay. To be placed at 3 different levels of the pipeline network. लेवल 3 पे, लेवल 2 पे, लेवल 1 पे, तीनों पे आपके वॉल्स होने चाहिए जो ब्लोआउट प्रिवेंटर होंगे. The valves are normally kept closed, but when the pressure in any part of the pipeline rises beyond a critical level, तो फटने से पहले क्या होता है? Nearby valves are opened remotely to release the pressure in a controlled manner to prevent the blowout. फटेगा नहीं सर. The number of valves across the pipeline helps localize the pressure release. जितने नंबर ऑफ वॉल्स होंगे दैट विल हेल्प लोकलाइज द प्रेशर रिलीज विद अ ग्रेटर नंबर ऑफ वॉल्स प्रोवाइडिंग अ बैकअप मैकेनिज्म. ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ वॉल्स हैं, इट विल प्रोवाइड अ बैकअप मैकेनिज्म, करेक्ट, हेल्पिंग इन इंप्रूविंग प्रेशर लोकलाइजेशन इन केस ऑफ अ ब्लोआउट. गिवन दैट द वॉल्स देमसेल्व्स कैन ओकेजनली माल फंक्शन, अभी वॉल्स भी माल फंक्शन हो सकते हैं एंड हो सकता है वो भी प्रेशर रिलीज ना करें. यूजिंग अ हायर नंबर ऑफ वॉल्स एंश्योर दैट अ माल फंक्शनिंग वॉल्व कैन सीक द सेफ्टी ऑफ अ नियर बाय फंक्शनिंग वॉल्व. Okay, I think we got it. There's a pipe coming, rock formation, pressure create होता है, pressure बढ़ गया तो blowout हो सकता है ना. blowout से बहुत नुकसान है, लेकिन अगर blowout बचाना है तो walls लगा दो, है ना. walls pressure रिलीज कर देंगे अलग अलग पॉइंट पे. कई बार हो सकता है कि walls भी खराब हो जाए, इसलिए ज्यादा नंबर walls लगाओ ताकि अगर कुछ खराब भी हुए तो बाकी लोग compensate कर दें. A wall can malfunction in 2 ways. It may fail to release pressure when needed, as previously mentioned, or it can leak gas during regular operation, resulting in unwanted losses. When a valve malfunctions, it necessitates manual replacement. Blowout में तो पूरी पाइप जाती है, इसमें manual replacement लगता है. It can also malfunction. It can leak gas during regular operation. Great. In the deep sea network, 30% of the valves are located at level 3, which is the deepest level. The remaining walls, like 70%, are evenly distributed between the top two levels, 35-35 each. These walls are critical to ensuring safety and are exclusively supplied by Go Valve, a highly specialized manufacturer that holds a monopoly in the country's market. और this long passage है ना, कंट्री की मार्केट में इसकी मोनोपोली है, राइट. GoVolve has recently proposed a maintenance package for the walls to deep sea. Deep sea में it has proposed a maintenance package for the walls to deep sea. Maintenance package, okay, which includes a clause that whenever a valve at level 3 malfunctions, जब भी level 3 पे valve malfunction करेगा, all valves at that level will be replaced. Accepting the clause will cost significant premium, okay. The management of deep sea company, right, have the following pieces of additional information under consideration. The walls are known to be prone to malfunction. Okay, A, B, C, D, E है. Which of the following combinations will help the management of deep sea the most in accepting the clause? कि मतलब ये clause accept कर लेते हैं. कौन सा clause? Clause ये है कि लेवल 3 पे अगर कुछ वॉल्व मैल फंक्शन होता है तो सारे वॉल्व रिप्लेस होंगे, जो कि सिग्निफिकेंट प्रीमियम कॉस्ट लेगा. ये मैं एक्सेप्ट कैसे करूं, किस बेसिस पे करूं? द वॉल्व्स आर नोन टू बी प्रोन टू मैल फंक्शन. एनी मैल फंक्शन इन एनी वॉल्व इन वन वॉल्व ऑफन रिजल्ट्स इन लीकेज फ्रॉम द नेबरिंग वॉल्स. बट अगर ऐसा हुआ कि नेबरिंग वॉल से भी मैल फंक्शन होना स्टार्ट हो गया तो करना ही पड़ेगा. Go always ready to negotiate a discount if the clause is accepted. Well, I am not clause accept हो गया, discount आएगा, but that should not motivate me to spend crore rupees just to get a discount of lakh. Well, I'm spending crore na, that's a good cost on me. So C is like not a good one. Replacing the walls at level 3 is a very difficult job, which is best done by GoVolve. अभी के लिए B is making sense, D is also making sense. Chances of pressure buildups are higher near the seabed, so that's not level 3. इसने level 3 की बात करी है. Okay, C and D, okay, B and D are making sense, and even A is making sense. The walls are known to be prone to malfunction. Malfunction होंगे, अगर कोई मेरे को बोलता है valves malfunction होंगे, एक भी वॉल में वेल फंक्शन हुआ तो पास के भी लीकेज हो जाएगी. और लेवल 3 का रिप्लेसमेंट बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, विच इज बेस्ट डन बाय गोवल. सो आई ट्रस्ट गोवल एंड आई एक्सेप्ट देयर क्लॉज. यस, ए बी डी मेक्स मोर सेंस. A startup SafeVolve has started importing a technologically superior brand of valves from abroad, which boasts a significant reduction in gas leakage. Okay, gas leakage नहीं होगा. Okay, SafeVolve has established a large inventory of these imported valves, but it's struggling to gain foothold in the local market. An NGO working on the protection of marine lives has appealed to Deep Sea to replace their existing valves with a product from SafeVolve because वो gas leakage करेगा ही नहीं. वॉल्व खराब होने के दो तरीके, गैस लीकेज हो जाए या फिर आसपास के वॉल्स काम ना करें, राइट. वॉल काम है, pressure release ना करे. However, the installation of this new valve will require substantial modification in the pipeline, entailing unknown challenges in installation and maintenance. हमको challenges ही नहीं पता installation और maintenance में क्या आएंगे. Which of the following, if true, can Deep Sea best decide to publicly reject the proposal? The new valves cost twice as much as the existing valves. Okay. Well, that's like cost to the company, but is it like good to reject the appeal? That earning you will be able to. It shows that you're not like it might be like you're not sustainable that way, right? GoWalls is a reputed brand and had a partnership with Deep Sea for a long time. Just because that is there, but now you're getting a better resource, that doesn't stand a chance for you. Only some developed countries have mandated the use of new walls. That's not but some have done that, no? Safe wall depends exclusively on imports and may be prone to procurement issues. Okay. सो प्रोक्योरमेंट इश्यूज आ सकते हैं, बट आएंगे ये नहीं पता. इट्स अ गुड एग्जाम्पल. इट विल help me to reject the proposal. This is out. GoVolve follows the strictest global industry standards of leakage prevention. Okay, अगर मुझे पता है कि मेरी एग्जिस्टिंग चीज स्ट्रिक्टेस्ट ग्लोबल इंडस्ट्री स्टैंडर्ड्स फॉलो करती है, विच कैन बी जस्टिफाइड कि लीकेज प्रिवेंशन नहीं होगा, rather than giving a reason that the other company is exclusively depends on imports and may be prone to procurement issues, then people can say that okay, it depends on imports, that's fine, They'll have that procurement already, and company can also say that. But in this case, nobody can question that because it is following the strictest global industry standard, and that will eventually give me better reason to reject this appeal. Ki, okay, the current I have is like the strictest global industry standard, so leakage prevention is less. So justifying for go valve in this case is making more sense than going against safe valve. So answer is option 5. Okay. A startup Safe Valve has started importing a technologically superior brand of valves from abroad, which boasts a significant reduction in gas leakage. Guys, again, understand that significant reduction in gas leakage does not mean it will not leak. In this case, Go Valve says that it won't leak. Safe Valve says it will it will have a significant reduction, but it does not deny the leakage. In this case, if it is following the strictest standard, then it might be like, okay, we ensure that the leakage prevention is so solid that it won't happen. Right? So 5 is making a more chance in that case. An update to the industry safety regulations has come out, which allows a lower number of walls in a pipeline network if technologically superior walls, similar to those imported by Safe Valve, are used in for the entire network. Okay. So lower number of walls लगाने पड़ेंगे. Deep Sea is aware that more the number of walls, the better is Deep Sea's ability to contain blowouts. ज्यादा वॉल्स ब्लोआउट्स नहीं होंगे, प्रेशर रिलीज ऐसे कैसे हो जाएगा, कम वॉल्स में ब्लोआउट के चांसेस हो जाते हैं. अगर हाई नंबर ऑफ वॉल्स इंक्रीज द चांस ऑफ अ लीकेज. ओके. Therefore, DeepSea is contemplating a proposal to reduce the number of walls to almost half by replacing the existing walls and Go walls with walls sold by Safe Valve. Okay. A team tasked with evaluating the proposal has made some observation listed below. So DeepSea is aware that if there are more number of walls, then blowout नहीं होगा. Blowout तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए, बहुत ज्यादा खर्चा है. Higher number of walls से लीकेज का चांस इंक्रीज हो जाता है. सो नेगेटिव थिंग इज लीकेज चांस इंक्रीजेस, बट पॉजिटिव थिंग इज ब्लोआउट चांस डिक्रीजेस, बट ब्लोआउट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. Which of the following option is most helpful in rejecting the proposal? What proposal? That we should go for safe valve and reduce the number of existing walls. इसको reject करना है हमको. There is no clear standard for the minimum number of walls required at a certain level. Okay, fair enough. At level 1, the chance of pressure rise is much lesser compared to the other two levels. So pressure rise ही नहीं होगा, then I should go for safe or it won't reject. At level 3, a blowout results in more time consuming and expensive repairs compared to the other two levels. Well, इसका मतलब अगर एक blowout हो गया तो वॉल्स तो ठीक है आपने कम कर दिए, लेकिन अगर वॉल्स ज्यादा रहते तो ब्लोआउट के चांसेस कम थे. अब ब्लोआउट हो गया तो इट विल बी मोर टाइम कंज्यूमिंग एंड एक्सपेंसिव. सो आई शुड नॉट गो फॉर लेस नंबर ऑफ वॉल्स और सेफ वॉल्स, rather I should be okay with the more number of walls which will help to go, which will help me reduce the blowouts. This is making more sense, right? Superiority of safe wall products is only in terms of preventing leakage, not blowouts. Correct? That is also the case. Even fourth is also right. The superiority of the safe wall products is only in terms of preventing leakage, not blowouts. ये केवल leakage को prevent करता है, blowout को result नहीं करता है, which eventually be like, okay, I can reject the proposal, right? But I can also reject the proposal on the basis of a blowout results in more time consuming and expensive repair. If I know that there is some monetary cost attached to that, and if I only know this information, both are almost same, but I'll be like going with this if I know that I have to handle the expensive repairs and more time consuming process. So 3 and 4 are almost similar, but 3 is giving me more reasons to not go for that proposal. If a go valve wall is open to prevent a blowout, the chance of leakage from the walls within a certain distance increases. Certain distance maybe that is level 1, level 2 maybe, but level 3 pe there is a problem. So this is out. Okay, so the answer is, this is again out. This answer is option 3. All right, so this was decision making for 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you understood how I'm going about it. One couple of things which I've taken care of. Question is like literally God for me. Stakeholders should be happy, whichever are related, subjected to the questions. And some things which you have seen, I have to make sure that I'm understanding the analytics correctly. And if I have doubts in two options, I'll stick to the one option. And if I found a better option, then I'll go for that. Otherwise, I'll go with the first option again. So just need to be sure that you're taking care of all these. And I think you'll be able to pull up decision making nicely. Take care. Bye, guys.